Thor! Bruce! I'm frozen. I shouldn't be frozen. Am I still frozen? Okay, cool. Oh, and I'm live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to an episode here with me, Red Gypsy, of Journey into Freedom. And my co-host, Scarlet Anonymous, of course, is working at the farm. So I don't have anybody joining me that I know of this evening. So I think there's a call-in number. I will share it as soon as I know it or remember it or find it in my writings. Who knows? One of those options, I'm sure. So I do have the next part of the plant session available for us. Oh, yay. Oh, the meeting ID is 238-494-3128 for Zoom. I'm not really sure how it all works. I am not technical. Okay, guys, I just had to get a new phone because this, can you even see it? I don't know. Let's see if we can. Can you see that? Can you see? How freaking smashed this crap is? Dragon Glass lasted, I guess, about 2 years. I got mushed in between. There, now you can see. It's gonna smash. The whole thing is just horrible. Smashed. I got caught in between some grow tables and it smashed me, and it just, I mean, there is no part of the screen that isn't smashed. The whole phone is touchscreen. It was starting to rainbow on the inside, so I had to get a new phone. So now I have a new phone. I'm trying to learn everything. For those who are unaware, new phones no longer come with instructions, apparently. everything is like download this on the new app bullshit. I wanted a paper manual on how to use my phone. Instead, I get redirected to a website telling me that I also need Wi-Fi to do that. So yeah. And then I find out that I have the hotspot on here, but it won't let me use the hotspot, and I gotta add to my data package to use the hotspot. So I do that and I add to the data package. So now the hotspot's supposed to work, but whenever I connect something to the hotspot, it doesn't give me internet access on the hotspot. So go freaking figure. So I have to call and deal with technical support, I think, tomorrow for that. Whatever. There's been a lot that is going on here at the farm. So much. Hashtag Colorado Life with Red. I got a new turtle pin, Lucky Turtle. Okay, Mel, I will. I got the new Lucky Turtle pin. The light really sucks in here, guys. I'm sorry. But I'm not in my car because they took the stupid battery out of my car. Because my fuel pump went out on my car. So the men think that that means that they apparently can just, I don't know, do whatever they want with parts of my vehicle, and took my damn battery out. So I can't be in my car doing what I want to do. So instead I'm in this stupid truck and the light sucks in here. So gotta deal with what I have. That's what I have. Hopefully my battery doesn't drain super quick on this phone. So anyways, I got the new Lucky Turtle pin, vape distillate. It was cherry pie from Lucky Turtle. That was pretty decent. I went to 3D, and they have these new things that they're doing. I don't know how to see. This phone is supposed to be like so good for like live streaming and audio and stuff, and that's why I got it. And I'm sure it will be when I get it all figured out. But in the meantime, so they have these premium vapor cartridges now, and they don't know the strains. They don't even know if they're sativa, indica, or hybrid. They're taking guesses. They just have names like present and future and things of that nature. So I tried present. Cannabinoid potency is 96.88%. THC being 91.25%, CBD being 0, it says. So that's what's in here. Which apparently my pen is also dying. Yes. So good to know. Good to know. Now I gotta find the charger. And charge it back up. The Lucky Turtle pin, I really like. My last one that I got lasted me 2 years before it failed. So they are a little bit more on the expensive side, which is true, but they're worth it because they do last so long before they just kaput out. What makes them a little bit more difficult than the other pens is the charging system, because it's a screw-on. It doesn't plug in or anything. So that's a little poopy. And we'll just plug that in while we're doing our thing here. And I got a car pulling in to my driveway, which is very bizarre. Oh. They seemingly got my child home. So that's good. Good. Okay. So, gotta wait on that pen to charge up now. In the meantime, we're gonna do some black cherry gelato, 69.5% THC. Now this is the deal of the day, y'all. Okay, because this can I get it so that you guys can there? That's a little bit better. This is kayak wax for the people, it says, and you get 4 grams. Okay, 4 grams for $50 out the door. Most places are selling 1 gram for anywhere between $25 and $35 a gram. So this is really the way to go. They call it the bucket. So we're gonna this is wax. We're gonna do a little dab here before we really get rolling into the show. I have my amazing little hey David, could you get me a light? I'm gonna get some more light. I have my awesome little, we call it a sucker pin at work, but my dab rig and my torch. So you just want to heat, right? You want your tip to be red so that you know it's really good. And then once you get there, so simple. Dab done. Death by dab. Okay. Woo! Look at that, change the game, right? Let's see. What? Yes.
You are?
Yes. I'm live right now. What? Oh, that's gonna blind me and never gonna work.
Let me show you what needs to happen.
Still gonna blind me and never gonna work. Oh, that's great. That's perfect. There we go. Now you can see what I'm talking about, guys. This one is a little bad because it's made to switch out my tips. The problem with that is if you lose or get too much heat up here, your tip will fall out. So okay, so that is the Colorado Life right now. The deals of, I don't know if I'd say the day necessarily, but definitely I mean definitely deal of the day too, but really more like deal of the like month, because it's been going on for a while. And I don't think they're gonna get rid of it. So it's gonna be more like permanent thing. Again, guys, I got my circle in the mail. Finally got here. Okay. The circle. This is a sip, and it fits into the top of the water bottle, and it just goes right in. Oh my gosh, I open it and I can smell it so much. It does it sip by sip. Nifty that it opens over here. You can strap it down there so that it's not hitting you in the face. You have the flavor dial. You can turn it up, turn it down. Right now I'm using blackberry caffeine Go Sip. It's got extra vitamins and caffeine in it. Tastes amazing. For those who are having problems getting their water intake, I highly recommend the Circle. It's done wondrous things for me. But warning, I got it. I've drank nothing but water out of the bottle with my sips now for an entire week. I haven't touched soda or anything else. It's just been the water. I finally had a margarita Friday night, and Saturday I did have a Coke for the first time. I didn't really miss it much as far as Coke goes. So, but I did also remember that I need to be drinking some other things, some milk, things of that nature, because I'm missing other vitamins and minerals that I'm not picking up because I'm not thinking about not drinking certain things anymore. So I'm not getting those things in my system anymore. So I've been getting quite a few cramps and things lately because I know my magnesium and calcium are low. So I'm working on that. Figured that out today, actually. But I do highly recommend it. I know I've been scarce, and I apologize for that. Again, anyone that wishes to join on Zoom, you can join. The meeting number is Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. The meeting number is 238-494-3128. So that's the meeting ID number. You can join me here. Go make sure. Yeah, I don't have anybody. Oops. Yeah, okay. So yeah. Let's see where this fits in here. Hold on. I'm lost pages, guys. You know I write everything down. Oh wow. I think it actually goes just right here. So excellent. Hold on here. Losing pages in my notebooks. Always crazy. Call-in number 238-494-3128 or 669-900-6833. Found that. Do not have full moon done yet, guys. I do believe that we did get through to yes, we are ready actually to start on the secret universe of plants. So we're gonna get into that. I guess we need to recap some too, but yeah. So the indubitable lessons that we've been learning about plants from multiple famous doctors and scientists, we have learned that they feel, speak to a degree, have thought processing, they breathe, they eat, they expel waste, they're conscious, they have a connection with us. There is an almost ESP type of a bond between us and plants. And tonight we're going to go into part 3. Now, part 3 is plants can read your mind. It's kind of where we're at. So we've had Clive's developing experiments in the eastern United States, and research chemists who had been working with international business machines in Los Gatos, California. We're going to bring in Marcel Vogel now. Now, most of us know Vogel for his crystal work, especially as energy workers, especially as stone and crystal energy works. My hair is done. Actually, it is braided, individual braids, up into a ponytail. Right now, my ends are coming out, but it still looks really nice. So that's what's going on with that. So we're going to bring in Marcel Vogel, and he was challenged to give a course in creativity to IBM engineers and scientists. Only after did Vogel realize the actual complexity of this. How does one define creativity? What is a creative person? To answer these questions, Vogel, who was also a Franciscan priest, wrote an outline for 12 2-hour seminars. He hoped would represent the ultimate challenge to his students. Vogel himself began probing the creativity realm as a child with his child curiosity of what caused the light in fireflies and glowworms. He found very little on luminescence within the libraries. So Vogel Vogel went for information from others. And in collaboration with Chicago's University, Dr. Peter, wait, is that correct? Okay, yes. So, in collaboration with Chicago's University's Dr. Peter Prinsham, luminescence in liquid and solids and their particular application. 2 years after this, Vogel incorporated his own company, which became leader within its field, called Vogel Luminescence. It was located in San Francisco, California. Over the next 15 years, Vogel Luminescence produces tons of new products, such as the red coloring on TV screens, fluorescent crayons, tags for insecticides with a black light kit to determine from urine secret pathways of rats within cellars, sewers, and slums. He also produced the psychedelic colors in New Age posters. 1950s is when Vogel grew bored. Gave it all up, sold it, and went to work for IBM. Crazy, I know. Here, he was able to devote all of his time to research. For him, this was magnetics, optical, electrical devices, liquid crystal systems. He developed a patented invention for the storage of information within a computer. This was of crucial significance and won him many rewards and came to a turning point in his life. A course where he wasn't sure with his students, and it gave him a recognition. One of his students gave him an Agrossi magazine, and it contained an article on Clive's work with the plants called "Do Plants Have Emotions?" Vogel's first response was to throw the article away, that Clive was a snake oil salesman, as we call it, and not worth any serious consideration. So, I mean, like your typical scientist of that time, he's like, what? This guy is batshit fruit crazy. Like, no idea. So, yet this idea gnawed at Vogel. So a few days later, he read the article, totally reversed his thoughts. When he read the article to his students, it was met with both ridicule and curiosity. From this, a unanimous decision was made to experiment with plants. That very evening, one of his students calls to bring to his attention a new article in Popular Mechanics referring to Clive's work, and even included wiring instructions for a Cychalizer. This would pick up and then amplify reactions from plants and could be built for less than $25. Vogel divided his class into 3 groups, challenged them to repeat Clive's experiments. By the end of the seminar, none of them had achieved success. None of them were able to repeat any of Clive's experiments and retain similar results. However, Vogel was able to show the class how plants anticipate acts, such as having their leaves torn with even greater reaction to threat of burning or even uprooting them. Able to show even more of a reaction if actually torn, burnt, or brutalized. This also made Vogel very curious as to why only he got the results. When young Vogel was curious about anything that could explain how the human mind worked, he dipped into the waters of magic, spiritualism, and hypnotic technique. He even did stage demos as a teenage hypnotist. Vogel was particularly curious of Mesmer's theory of a universal fluid, whose disturbance or equilibrium explained health or disease. Vogel was also taken by Clive's ideas of autosuggestion to relate to painless childbirths and self-betterment. Also, writings of Carl Jung, who wrote on psychic energy and who differentiated psychic energy and believed it incommensurable to Vogel, considering if there is a psychic energy It can also be storable, like any other energy. But in what was the capabilities? He needed to first see. So he's going to begin with the array of chemicals in his own lab at IBM to see which of them are going to store the psychic energy from the plants. He incorporated Vivian Wiley, who is a spiritually gifted friend, who said, in her opinion, none of the chemicals would work. So Vogel told her to ignore his preconceived notions on the chemicals and use anything she intuitively thought would work. She then went to her garden. She picked 2 leaves from her sassafrage. She placed one on her bedside table, the other just in the living room. She said she would then, each upon waking, will the leaf on the bedside table to live, and to the other, she would pay no mind to see what happens. A month later, she contacts Vogel, asking him to bring a camera to her home. Vogel was in utter disbelief in what he witnessed. The plant in the living room with no attention, exactly what he had expected. Brown, dead, decaying. And the other, she willed to live every day by her bedside table, remained vibrant, green, and alive, just as before she had picked it from her garden. There definitely seemed to be some power, now defying natural law, that kept this leaf from dying or decaying and remaining in a healthy state. So Vogel needed to then see if he could get the same results, but even a bit more elaborate. So he picked 3 elm tree leaves. He put them on a plate of glass by his bed. Every day before breakfast, he focused his intent on the 2 leaves on the end, sending them loving thoughts, willing them to live. The one in the center, he ignored. A week later, the center leaf dying brown and shriveling, the other 2 outer leaves still green, vibrant, and living. Vogel noticed their severed stems even seemed to have healed themselves. Meanwhile, Vivian Wiley, whose curiosity was piqued, continued her experiment. 2 months later, she called Vogel over again to show her leaf still green, vibrant, and alive, while the other leaf was totally dehydrated, brown, and dead. This convinced Vogel he was working with psychic energy in a way he had never encountered, and that this was of the mind, or that this energy was really willing the leaf alive. Way past its time. So then what would the effect be on liquid crystals? Already an intensive study that he was involved in for IBM. So Vogel was trained in microscopy, and he had taken hundreds of color slides of liquid crystal behavior, magnified up to 300K. When screened, they reveal even the best abstract artists, rival even the best abstract artists. However, Vogel noticed when he relaxed his mind, he sensed activity not visually revealed in the microscope field. He began to pick up things at the microscope others could not. He was doing this with his mind's eye, not his ocular eye. Vogel said he was led by some form of higher sensory awareness to adjust lighting conditions, to allow the phenomena to be optically recordable to the human eye or even to a camera. Vogel's conclusion was that crystals are brought into a solid or physical state of existence by preforms or ghost images of pure energy that anticipate the solids. Thus, to Vogel's mind, this coupled with plants picking up intense emotion from humans, there could be more if the intense production of the emotions are within the energy field. Now, he was about to give up the plant research due to his microscopic work consuming him. This, however, somehow led to one of his articles quoting Dr. Gina Cerminara, psychologist and author of a book on the seer Edgar Cayce, appearing in the San Jose Mercury. Then got wired by the Associated Press throughout the entire world, and this equaled Vogel being overran by telephone calls for more information, thus re-inspiring Vogel to continue his plant research. So, Vogel also recognized that before he could research deeper into the effects of plants on human thoughts and emotions, the uniqueness of attaching, or I'm sorry, the techniques of attaching electrodes to the plant needed to be in a way that would eliminate random outside electromagnetic frequencies, such as the hum of a nearby vacuum, any major sources of spurious data, aka engineer's noise. This all could cause the pen reader to drift on a chart. And this is one of the reasons Baxter conducted most of his experiments between 12 a.m. and dawn. Vogel discovered some philodromes he worked with responded better than others. Some reacted more distinctly. But this meant not just that they had that each individual leaf also possibly had individual personality and individualism. Leaves having large electrical resistance were especially hard to work with. He found fleshy leaves with high water content to be the best. He observed that plants seemingly go through phases of activity and inactivity. This appears at certain times of the day or days, sometimes months of sluggish or morose behavior. Vogel developed a mucilaginous substance to make sure none of these recordings were the result of faulty electroding. He made this substance with a solution of agar, using a carry gum and salt as thickener, much like a paste. Then this paste would be applied by brushing it onto the leaves. and then gently applying carefully polished 1 by 1.5 inch stainless steel electrodes to the leaves. When the agar jelly hardened around the edges of the electrodes, it sealed them into a moist interior, thus virtually eliminating all capabilities with signal output caused disruptions with the leaves. That could happen with the clamped on electrodes. Another round of experiments to try and establish the exact moment when a philandrium entered into recordable communications with humans. So, with the philandrium attached to a galvanometer, producing a straight baseline, Vogel stood before the plant, totally relaxed, breathing deeply, almost touching, but not, spreading his fingers, showering the plant with affection and emotion. He would a friend. This produced a series of ascending oscillations based on the chart by the penholder. And it was the result every time. Vogel also was actually said that he could feel the palms of his hands, the energy outpouring from the plant to him. Some sort of energy. Now this, from my own personal knowledge, is very similar to Reiki. This is actually universal life force energy and aura energy play, action and reaction. Vogel being the product of the universal life force energy, or the conduit of the universal life force energy. Plant giving off its aura energy reflecting positivity. Vogel also assessed that after 3 to 5 minutes or more, release of emotion had no further results from the plant. It appeared to just it appeared to him to have just expelled all its energy. But in reality, I've learned in Kundalini Reiki that the energy flow on its own accord usually does only go for about 3 to 5 minutes. So no, the plant did not expel its own energy, but actually acted as a conduit of earth fire energy, Kundalini energy, giving to Vogel as he gave of his own emotional energy and intuitively part of the universal life force energy. If Vogel would have been taught Reiki or Kundalini, he could have performed this. Although instinctively, this is exactly what he did anyway. He just used emotion as symbols to give to the energy he was, in fact, reflecting to the plant, and then the plant in return. In Vogel's mind at this time, the interaction appeared to mock that of lovers or close friends. Again, this to me fits perfect with Kundalini Earth Fire energy, as we are aware and know it carries a very sexually charged energy, very fire-based. He believed that it showed a mental response and that you got a surge of energy. Now, when he applies all of this to what he knows, which now I'm gonna go to the other notebook. Sorry, guys. Ran out of paper in that one. Now, what we know. Oh, you know what? I guess we got a little bit backed up here. Okay. So what we know of traditional Reiki, as well as Kundalini Reiki, DNA Reiki, Crystalline Reiki, Past Life Reiki, Trauma Reiki, Violet Flame Reiki, Ascension Reiki, all of these, I know not to be the case actually, but the Vogel was experiencing plant Reiki, which I believe is a great combination of actual things, but very unique to the frequencies of plants, and thus the healing sessions work on all levels: emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical. They took anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, and then the session was over, and the results were thus felt. The joy and contentment being the results of the successful session of energy exchange, thus showing a higher level of consciousness or ascension being subconsciously opened, vitalized, and trained, all intuitively through the plant Reiki. Vogel further discovered he was able to pick out sensitive plants in a botanical nursery. If he ran his hand over the plants, he felt a cooling sensation, which was quickly followed by, in his own description, a series of electrical pulses indicating a powerful field. Boom, baby. This is that energy I've said is part of all living things. Vogel also, like Baxter, found distance from plants still had reactions. From tried first outside of his house, then down his block, then even his lab in Los Gatos that was 8 miles from his home. Vogel also did another experiment where he hooked 2 plants to the same machine, then snipped off a leaf from one of the plants. The second plant would in fact respond to the harm of his neighbor, but only if he was paying it attention. If he ignored the second while trimming from the first, the response was lacking. Vogel described this as being like 2 lovers on a park bench, oblivious until one lover becomes distracted. Through Vogel's previous experience and knowledge about yoga and other teachers of deep meditative states like Zen, that they are unaware of disturbing influences around them when in these meditative states, he also knows they have a very different set of brainwaves during this state as when they are alert to the world around them, proven through electroencephalograph. Vogel took notice that a certain focus state from him was of high import in balancing the circulatory required in monitoring his plants. He learned to bring a plant from somnolence to sensitivity by giving up his normal conscious state, focusing his seemingly extra conscious part of his mind on the very idea that the plant be healthy and feel loved, that it is blessed with healthy growth. Thus, man and plant seem to interact and as a unit to pick up sensations from events or even third parties, a process of sensitizing both himself and the plant. This, he also found to take just a few minutes or up to no more than about a half an hour. He describes this as quieting his mind and sensory responses of his body's organs. He then becomes aware of an energetic relationship between him and the plant. Now, there is some more on that. We're going to continue part 3 of the secret universe of plants. But I know I was late getting on today. And I'm late. Well, I'm going to be early getting off because I need to wrap it up a little early tonight. I still have to go get my hair redone with the tips. And I've been waiting on my hair lady, and she contacted me just a little bit ago, saying she was ready. And now I was busy, so I've gotten that message to y'all, and we are in the middle of harvesting greenhouse at work, as well as planting starting again this week for the other side of our stuff. So like, and the other 40 acres. Or 20, I'm not sure. I think it's 40 though. I think we're planning 40. So it's busy, busy, busy. David's birthday got skipped because of COVID, and he wanted the big party and everything. So with work and work schedule, we have planned David's party actually for July 4th weekend. That may mean some people aren't going to be able to come, but with everything going on and the way that things have been, most people were like, oh, you know what? There is nothing else going on and would love to come celebrate David's life on the 4th of July. We got David a horse for his birthday present. He has no idea. He's been taking horse riding lessons with his horse, but he doesn't know it's his. He's going to be taken on a trail ride, his first trail ride, as part of his lessons. He's going to ride to the surprise party because he doesn't know about the party. And then he's going to be surprised by that and given his horse final tickets to come home. I've gotten a horse. She was given to me. She's a 1-year-old Mustang. Completely unbroken, untrained yet. Hated everybody until she met me, which now means she comes home. So her name is Thelma. Be waiting on updates on that because, oh boy, we have about 200 hours of groundwork to put in. We can't even begin training for riding until next year. So we gotta do the groundwork. She'll be coming home the same time his does. So that'll be good. That's really everything I've got tonight, guys. Appreciate everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. Hoping to get on with Scarlett again soon. Our schedules just haven't been meeting up lately, so that's been bad. I'm just sending Scarlett a message. To see if she wants to join us. Because if she wants to join, I'll stay on just a bit longer, I guess. Huh. Interesting. I found the call-in numbers earlier. Now, I can't find them. Isn't that funny? Found them in my notebook. Looking through the same notebook. And what do we have? Here we go. Okay, I found it. Oops. 238 494 3128. Or 669 900 6833. Oops. Sorry. So that's 669 900 6833. We'll give her just a couple minutes to see if she's going to join us. So we're just waiting to see if she's going to join us or not. Like I said, I did not do I did not do the full moon news yet. And then into the secret use of plants. And that's that. So I don't know. I don't even know if she's seen. She has not seen the messages yet. So I guess we're still. And I think it would be rude, right? To like just like tell her that I'm on air and then go off air right away. Because she was asking. But now I'm like, come on, lady, what are you doing? Bench charged, guys. Yay. So back to present. Back to the present. I am not in any of the chat rooms, guys. So if you are actually trying to talk to me in any of them, I apologize. I don't even have YouTube stuff set up on this phone yet to even try to look for that. And to be honest, I don't even know how to freaking access the internet on this yet. Like, oh, here. Yes, that's great. So let's do Freedom Revolution. No, that's all sorts wrong. No. It's messing with me, guys. Okay, go. See if I can get into the chat room for the network. Yay. Okay, let's where is it? Allow. Yes, that's fine. Oh, come on. Okay. No. I want you. Thank you. Interesting. Okay. All right. It's slow. I don't like how slow it is, guys. Although, I mean, it could be too because I'm live. I mean, I guess to be fair, I am doing a show right now too, so I should be fair about that. Right, okay. Come on. Thing. Still waiting to hear from Scarlett. Maybe I should text her too. Okay. Come on. Okay. I'm sending her a message. on there. And so now I sent her a message in 2 separate places. We'll see if that happens. I missed a lot in chat, guys. I'm really sorry. Oh, you had so much to say. I'm so sorry I missed it. I don't know about the Red Pill show. No idea. But no, I would think not on my Sunday night show time. Bam. I mean, that's my guesstimation. And yeah, everything that you were saying, Bonnie, is absolutely correct. In chat, I'm really sorry that I missed it all. All the dogs are going crazy tonight. We have a lot of activity around us tonight. Very peculiar as well. So I don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure. She still has not answered. I'm sending her the numbers on both spots. So we'll see what it's getting us here. So no. That's kind of what's been going on with me here. And then we did the part 3 of the plant secret universe of plant series. So if you missed it, make sure you get the repeat of it. We will continue with part 3 next weekend, and then enter part 4 next weekend as well. It'll be a mix of both. Hopefully. But like I said, guys, I am right now in the middle of harvesting the greenhouse, planting. So I'm doing very long days, very early mornings, and very late nights. Like I don't work on Mondays due to this and going to the chiropractor. That being stated, even thus, this time of the year, I usually do go in on Monday for them anyway. I will probably be going in tomorrow, just not early. But tomorrow, even, they're running from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday's probably going to be the same. Wednesday's probably going to be the same. Thursday's probably going to be the same. Friday's going to be the same. Saturday is going to be the same. Then we're going to have Sunday off. And then I'll have my Monday off. We're supposed to have my Monday off, but we're planting. So we'll see what's going on. Hopefully the planting is done by Saturday, and Monday and Tuesday we go back to our normal 8 to 5 schedule, which would be great. But you know, we do what we do. We haven't done big harvest or anything yet. Big harvest is our outdoor harvest, and that hasn't started yet. Now, when that starts, there probably will be no shows for like a month or longer. Last year it was a 2-month process, just about, I believe, of harvesting, which is when I started at Mammoths. So I'm almost there for a year, which is extremely exciting for me. But yeah, so we're about to hit that time of the year again, and all the animals are doing great. Asher really did his job this year. So glad I bought that book. He is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I have to get a hold of his breeder actually and get his paperwork sent in, because I need to register the Tweedles. And I am registering the Tweedles. I want to get that done. They are adorable. They've gotten even more adorable as they're getting older. So that's always exciting. Still twins. They act differently. Twins in the same bag versus twins, quote unquote, in the separate bags. They are different. Their connections are different. The way they act with each other is different. The Tweedles seemingly cannot or do not oh, she is gonna join us. Oh, okay then. I got new goats. I mean, I didn't get new goats. But I got the new goat notification. My goats. It used to be just Tara, but then I had to get the new phone, so I had to get the new ringtone. So when I got the new ringtone, I tried to get Tara, but it ended up being that which you hear, which is like all of the goats, mostly the babies, though. So now I have baby goat ringtones instead of Queen Tara ringtones. And I am staying on because apparently she's joining me. So I'm gonna have to let my girl know. So just waiting on Scarlett now to join us to pick up more conversation. So far so good though with the phone and using this as it seems like I mean I do have it plugged in, but it does seem like it's charging more than it's taking away, which was the problem with my old phone. It even when it was plugged in, it was still draining my phone. Not Zoom as much, but I am going to try StreamYard. If can maybe next week and see if I can use it, because that was my problem with StreamYard. I had some audio issues, and if it wasn't audio issues, it was my battery draining so quickly. So maybe now with the new phone, I won't have those audio issues. So we're gonna try that. See if I can get away with it. My hair lady, I just canceled with her to keep going with the show since Scarlett's calling in. So I was just letting her know that, you know, I was apologizing and I will see her tomorrow. Goodie. And get my hair done and then probably go to work. Even though I don't have to be there and I didn't tell anybody I was coming, and I won't. I'll just show up when I feel like going in, and that's not going to be till after I've taken David and done his horse lesson for the day and stuff. He's supposed to do that with Brenda at 4. So I don't know if that's still going to happen since they're working 7, 8 o'clock. I think she's still going to leave and go do her stuff, but she may just leave, go do her stuff, and go back. And I don't know, because we were also going to go scout locations tomorrow. And then there was a mass message that went out to let all of us workers know that they want us to pull 7 to 8. And so, yeah, boo. They're interfering with stuff, guys. Interfering, I tell you. But it's the only time of the season that they're asking this kind of stuff from us. And it's worth it. It's totally worth it. They do take really good care of us. I will say that. We get paid well. We're treated well. They feed us breakfast, lunch, and dinner during this time usually. And we have a pretty tight-knit group, tight-knit crew. We all move, flow, and do well together, and productivity is amazing when we're all flowing good. Saturdays are some of the funnest days that we get to work, I think, because I don't know, it just seems like we get so much more done on a Saturday than we do any other time, and we have far less people there, which is a little crazy, but I know it seems to be how it's working. And that's our time that we really get with each other, because nobody else is there. Not kidding. Circle water, great. Sips, amazing. I can't even tell you. Yeah, I know she needs the call-in numbers. I already sent them. Because I'm on it like that. Yes. Admit. Hello. Are you there? Hold on, wait. I think I have to go unmute you. Let me go do that first. I admitted you. And now let's unmute you. Hello.
There we go. Hello. Wonderful.
Look, I got it to work. Yay!
I know. Hey. We're improving around here, right? Literally just got my milk poured, and so we found 2 new glass jars today when Mr. Tire and my dad went fishing today. And so now we can get like a whole gallon and a half, actually 2 gallons at a time.
Right.
Which is really cool because we have not been able to get more than like basically a gallon. So yeah, now we got some nice extra jars.
That's cool.
Yeah, we did. They found them in the recycling at my where my dad keeps his boat, I guess. So it's like, why not reuse? All people are real freaky about it right now because of the Rona, but it's like you bring it home, you clean it up with some soap and water, especially glass. Good as new. Oh, I need a light if I'm going to come out here. So now we're going to be getting some pots and planters done while we're still here. And planting some carrots and such. So that's exciting, right? Where'd you go? Did you see? Red. Red. Where'd you go, man? Did you get kicked out? Did you mute yourself? What happened? Did I mute myself? Red's got a new phone too, so of course, like as soon as I get into it, of course, that you've got
Oh,
Red getting kicked
hello.
out.
I'm back.
Hello, welcome back. I figure you got kicked out because I was like, oh look, as soon as I get out as Red, they kick her out. Is that cute?
Yeah. Isn't it? Because that just messed me up. Oh, no, it didn't. Oh, cool.
No, you're still, once you go right back in, that's the nice thing about this setup is you're not kicked out forever, or it doesn't really mess up any of your settings or how you can control things.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. That's why we have 1,000 different ways to set this thing up, because honestly, technology sucks. I'm just going to keep it real. All the different devices, all the different setups, they all suck. And that's real. Oh, there was a new baby calf born today, and it was so cute.
I don't know if
want to
you
eat.
but I tagged you.
What? Oh, and what? Something?
On Facebook.
I did see that. I did.
I know we had talked about it at one time. I probably can't make it.
Right.
But wanted you to know.
Yeah, no, and we'll see what we can do, because I don't know for sure yet either. Because I wanted to try to see what we could do. So maybe, I don't know, but it's tight because people at Mr. Tire's work just had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how that goes. Now he's got to cover all those shifts because of a new baby. So we'll see. Maybe that'd be about 2 weeks though. It's already been 3 to 4 days he's been gone. So maybe it would be closer to 2 weeks where we could ask for, because all we need is a day traveling there and back in between. That's one thing I do. Oh, come on, farmer. I can't get through this light. I can't turn the light on. Oh, I just got to use my light.
Well, I know that you and
These
Mr.
damn pigeons of the hay barn, dude.
What?
These damn pigeons of the hay barn want to attack me because I have a light on them.
Oh, I was saying,
Pigeons,
I know
yo.
Mr. Tire really wanted to try to
get out here. Yeah, I know. I get out there for it. Yeah, no, and we'll see what we can do.
And especially now with the big secret.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I know.
And okay, so for anybody out there that wants to be a part of the party but can't actually make it due to distance or
would you go get the buckets? Thank you.
What?
Goodbye. I'm on air too.
Oh.
I'm on air, and go get the buckets. Thank you.
So anyone who wants to be at the party but can't due to distance or whatnot, I will be live streaming parts.
Oh, good.
As much as I can.
Right.
And I will be doing that on Facebook on my Red Chip.
Okay, yep.
And if you want to send him a card or a gift, you can send it to PO Box 446, Swatch, Colorado, 81149.
Correct.
Um,
That is. And by the way, for those who aren't around from there, Swatch is SAGUACHE. Swatch. Sounds nothing like Swatch. but it's
yes.
Swatch.
And for anyone who is unaware of why this is such a big deal, it's because David actually really almost didn't make it to this birthday, guys.
That's real. That's truly real.
And then when it was his actual birthday, we couldn't have we couldn't have any gatherings. None. We weren't even
No.
allowed to our house.
Then COVID came.
Right.
I mean, heck, COVID came while you were pretty much in the hospital, to be fair.
Yes, but they didn't start the restrictions until literally the week.
The restrictions weren't there, but they were having people wear masks and, you know, try to stay out of patient rooms and areas, but they weren't kicking out advocates and not allowing family to stay and like they are now. Just think about 1 month later, if that would have happened, you all wouldn't even have been allowed. It would have only been you.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. So, like, I'm just letting everybody know, though, like, it literally,
Could have been his last. It was really close. It was really close. It was touch and go there for those few hours that we really didn't know in the first day. And, you know, honestly, it really was.
And then we were lucky, got out in 5 days. And the hospital staff was really, really pushing to get us out, and we couldn't understand why. And then and I believe the hospital staff knew all about COVID, and that's why they were pushing us out. And
because they knew it was going to come.
And none of the stuff came until literally the week before his birthday, when he's like, you know, talking all about how he wants this amazing huge party that he's made it to 13 because he literally died twice.
Right.
And they're like, oh, you can't associate with anybody that doesn't live in your house.
Right. Which I think, you know, honestly, in certain cases, you just can't help it either because of certain factors. They tell you, oh, you can have, if you need someone, have somebody watch your kids, but obviously they're going to be outside your household. So there's always exclusions to the rule that they act like is okay for one, but not for everybody. But if you want to just go visit your parents, you can.
Oh, did you see the guidelines? Did you see the guidelines for having
what?
sex outside of your home during this?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, these were, I believe, England or Australia's guidelines. I don't think they're US, but UK, because it's like on signs, like at their clinics and stuff. And it is ridiculous because they're saying you can't even sleep with somebody outside your home.
Listen, it goes so far as to say that you should just practice mutual masturbation while social distancing.
Which, I mean, at that point, you might as well just be at home on the video chat.
So, like, sit across from each other. You can sit over there. I can sit over here. We can flick our beans and stare at each other in the face, and we won't get COVID, but don't touch.
Right.
Okay. It tells you to avoid any oral anything up to and including licking of the anus, which I don't do anyway, so that's no problem.
Right. So I was cool anyway on that. Like, but yet they tell you, okay, check this out. They say don't touch the anus, right? But you can have, but they say anal sex is the preferred way to do it. Preferred. Why would that be if you know that fecal transfer happens? Let's really think about this, like truly, logically, and honestly right now.
It also says that you need to use dental dams and condoms to avoid any contact with poo specifically. or other bodily fluids. Oh, and tells you to practice. Are you ready? You're not even
I'm
ready.
ready. I don't think I'm ready, but I'm ready.
Ways of stimulation without touching, such as talking.
Girl, bye. Like we didn't already know that. Like, are you teaching somebody something new?
Like, no,
Like,
sexual. Like, you're not supposed to touch each other now. You're just supposed to talk to each other and get aroused.
oh, okay.
This is what they want you to
social
do.
Distance.
And then they want you to get aroused. No more like, no more blowjobs, no more 69, no more
Right.
at the
Anything
diner.
fun? Right.
Okay. No warming of the oven.
Right.
Now they're just like, talk.
Oh my God, COVID killed foreplay.
Talk and then practice mutual masturbation while social distancing.
Yeah, nope. Whole lot of no.
Are you down with the new sex?
No. Because you know what? This is crazy. People are, it really shows that this is also a population control thing. Because now they're basically, there was a woman who had an op-ed like yesterday or the day before, and she was like, you know what? I was okay with not having kids until basically the government told me I couldn't. And now I'm 45, and I probably don't have much time to.
What's the chicken feed movie for this? We have one. It's Stallone and Blade.
Oh, right.
Right. What's the name of the movie?
I don't know.
It has the 3 seashells instead of
oh God, what is that movie called? We talked about. I know we talked about it before.
The Cars Drive Themselves.
Total Recall?
Huh?
That's not it. Total Recall? That's not it.
No, it's not Total Recall. It's Something Man.
Oh, I think let's see. Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. Thank you. That's the chicken feed movie, y'all. That's the chicken feed movie for what they're feeding you right now with this sex stuff. Because remember, in Demolition Man, you put the little helmet on and you were like 6 feet apart. Stare into my eyes. But there, you didn't even stare into each other's eyes. You just like closed your eyes and your brains did whatever through the helmet.
Wow.
That's what we're coming to. Like,
wow.
Do you think that finally maybe people are going to start standing up for their rights when they're like, hey, so the only sex you get to have?
Right.
Is this enough to make people start rioting in the streets? I think it may be.
It should. I think that alone should.
Because they're like, only practice this with people not in your home. But then at the same time, if the people in your home you're being told are also dangerous because they're going to work and they're going outside and they're doing this and they're doing that, how isn't it any different?
Right.
I mean,
there isn't any difference.
I am considered an essential worker. I really don't have a choice. If there's work and I don't go, I don't just get to go home and collect unemployment. Like, I will be denied. I will be told that I abandoned my job at a time of crisis.
Yeah, that's so crazy that Colorado even picked that up because you know what? It's the dumbest rule I've ever heard.
Okay, so if there's work available, I have to be there. And I mean, I can draw lines and I could be like, hey, I don't have to be there all the time. Like, they can't work me like a dog, but normal business for my business, I have to keep doing. So I don't have the option of just locking myself up. I did for a while because of David's condition and everything going on with David, but now that we've hit past the 10-week healing, I had to go back. I mean, not just that, but I mean, we need money and we got to survive. And everybody's like, oh, checks in the mail,
Well, they act like you can just sit at home, but not everybody got stimulus checks. Not everybody got nope, and not everybody got the opportunity to get unemployment because you saw how they treated other people in Colorado, and they're like, oh nope, abandon your job, you get not an iota, not a dime, and
Right.
then you haven't even been there that long, so I don't even know if you could, even if you wanted to. Maybe you'd get like 2 weeks COVID pay, but I mean, what's that? 2 weeks of pay and then what? Then you're SOL. People don't think about that. The biggest problem is, yeah, you're not going to work, but you're also not getting the money that you're used to keep your household running.
Right. Right. Exactly. And so, like I had to go back. All of these reasons combined. My husband is also an essential worker. So Mr. Mason, Peanut Gallery, is going to work too. So we both go to work and we come home. So what's that? How is that any different? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's just it. It's not any different, but nobody's thinking about that either. All the jobs that aren't going to exist, all the people who are still sitting at home,
Oh, so. Okay, y'all know that I love to support my local anything.
Right.
So I went to the greenhouse today. Like the nursery.
What'd you say?
I went to the greenhouse, the nursery in Salida today.
Right.
You know where I went last year and I dropped $100.
Right.
On plants. Well, I'm driving by and I see the big sign that says now we're open to the public again. So I was like, ooh, yes. And I pulled in. I had gotten paid on Friday, had a really good check.
Right.
And so I'm like, I'm about to go in here and drop 150, 250 bucks right now.
Right.
Because I could see through the greenhouse that she had some great looking going on.
Right.
So I go walking in and she greets me.
Right.
And she's like, hello, welcome. She's got a mask on, right?
Right.
And she's like, hello, welcome. I'm like, hi. And she's like, how are you today? It was like, much better now that I see you're open. I'm about to spend quite a bit of money.
Right.
She's like, ooh, I'd love to hear that. Do you have a mask?
Nope. Sure don't.
I said no. Now I do, but that's not the point.
I know you do. Nope, it's sure not the point. It is not. At this point, I get what people are saying, but honestly, the data shows that these masks don't protect for diddly squat shit, okay? So it's just a placebo of the mind to wear it. It's just to calm people's fears down more so than actual protection in any way, shape, or form. You and I both know, and we've reported on this for a month now, because it's 21st of June. We started talking about this on the 15th of January. Okay? So we've been talking about this for 6 months. The only shit that's going to protect you is the goddamn N95. Or if you know somebody who's making the approved masks, because one of my friends has the OSHA approval to make masks and has special fabric from OSHA to make masks with that is super micron, you know what I mean? And I believe your mom was making those too, because she's, you know, a nurse.
She's got that
And
same
so,
thing from post office.
Yeah. So that makes sense why they protected them. But if you don't have that, you're not protecting yourself. So this is just a mechanism of control from businesses and the like. And it's really the government forcing businesses to comply.
Correct.
Really.
But
because yesterday, you remember AMC this week came out and said, oh, no mask, we're going to reopen movie theaters. And then literally 2 hours later was like, oh, nope, everybody needs a mask. We're changing our mind.
Well, she says, you know, do you have a mask? I'm like, no.
Right.
She's like, well, let me give you one.
Oh, okay.
And I'm kind of looking at her and she's like, is that okay?
Sure.
I'm like, I'm not going to wear it.
Right.
I prefer not to.
Right.
She's like, well, it's mandatory here.
Oh.
And I was like, well, see, you just used the wrong wording with me.
Right.
I will not put a mask on because it's mandatory.
Right.
It is not mandatory. It is suggested.
Right.
It is highly suggested, but it is not mandatory. You have made the mandatory determination for your business and thus just lost mine.
Yep.
Because I will not continue to give up my rights as a human being. I'm beyond even citizen anymore.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I mean. It's like way past the virus at this point. It's like not even like it's about the virus.
Yeah, I'm over even the citizen thing anymore. It's like my right as a human being now is fucked up because y'all are doing some weird, funky, fucked up New World Order, population control, dominance of the world shit.
Right.
That you think is gonna fucking work right now, and it seems like it is, but whatever. Whatever is whatever. I have no fear of it. And I have no fear because, well, in the end, I know who wins this game.
Right.
The bad guys never really win.
Right.
They appear often like they are. The good guys take a pretty good beating. But in the end, God prevails.
Yep, God and the good guys will always win. That's true.
So, you know, like, but they were super smart in what they've done. And we've been talking about it for over 4 years now. And they were super smart because we originally started Journey into Freedom to be the spiritual talk show, and we stray in and out of the spirituality here and there, but we've really maintained a lot of that But in doing these shows, we've also recognized how very, very much they have truly separated us from spiritualism, aka religion, because most people symbolize their spiritualism through their religion.
True.
Okay. And they've stripped us of the religions. They've made us believe
And
that
you've stripped us from our true religion. You know, now that I have been, you know, especially now, basically everybody's talking about race, right? That's like the new thing to talk about, right? You know, people have been bringing up a good point about, you know, slaves, for instance, who were brought here to America. You know, their gods and languages were ripped from them, and it was ripped from people even then.
Yes.
Even the Irish slaves who were brought here, you know, their religion, because they were Catholics, they were considered lesser beings.
Yep.
Because they weren't the Protestant, Englishmen, you know, in their church. And so how long has this been happening, especially in what we call the quote-unquote modern world?
These were treated.
Right. All these people who have been removed from spirituality.
Listen to Cher's song, Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves. She tells you right there, you know, gypsies, tramps, and thieves. We heard it from the people of the town. They called us gypsies, tramps, and thieves. But all the men would come around and lay their money down at night. Think about that. They called them gypsies, they called them tramps, they called them thieves. But then nighttime came and all the men would come and lay their money down. And she tells you what they're paying for in the beginning of the song when she says she was born in the wagon of a traveling show and her mother had to dance for the money they'd throw.
Yeah.
Papa did whatever he could, preach a little gospel, and sell a couple bottles of Dr. Good.
Right.
You know how quick they stripped them?
Very quick. Everyone. You know, it's a very deliberate game.
But we have seen the huge uprising because in the last, I guess what, we're going to be honest and say the last 8+ years, I guess now, they've really had this push against Christian, which we've never really seen in the past.
Yeah, that has been something new that we didn't think would happen. You know, they really have been pushing against
Christian. Okay, and I'm saying almost, but nowadays being a Christian is almost like being a witch back in the day.
True.
Like, I really feel like they about to be coming out and being like, burn her! She's a Christian!
True.
You
That's
know,
what they're going to start doing.
She's a Christian? Well, she has that mark on her face. They put it here. I swear to God, it's not even my mark.
True. You got a good point.
You know, I'm just saying. Think about it.
Right. Just saying.
Because
and they keep doing it to us. And they're not thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They're not, people aren't thinking about what this really means. What it actually means for their families. What it actually means for businesses. You know, all these businesses were told, especially by police, oh, you have to put these mask requirements or else their customers won't feel safe.
I want to support small businesses more than I can anything in the whole damn world. But at the same freaking time, you know, I walked right the hell out of there. And I told her straight up, I'm like, you just lost $150 to $250 sale.
Yep. Yep.
And her only real response was, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, because it's not going to be my business that goes under if everybody else chooses not to come in. And once you notice everybody doesn't want to come in with a mask, then you'll know. And I know people are just like, well, Red, why don't you just wear a mask? I get it, but businesses should be giving people the freedom. And or how do they know Red didn't have a medical condition? Why should she have to get the nth degree about it?
I didn't even get that far.
That's what I mean. Like, that's the problem. Like, people need to understand there are exceptions to the rule. And nobody has to explain their whole life about it either.
No. Nor should we have to. Do you know?
That's true. You're right. You know, I'm just concerned about businesses and how they think they can treat us. And, you know, if they do this now, then what else can the government tell them that they'll be like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Right.
We'll go along with it. Like, that's what concerns me. All these businesses just literally bent over backwards. And then other businesses who actually want to, you know, help their customers or allow them other choices are being denied, you know?
Right.
So it's just crap.
It is.
But I don't blame you. So good for you.
Oh, so gift-wise for David, guys, things that he wants. He wants cowboy boots.
So do I, but that's a tall order.
He wants a cowboy hat.
Okay.
Now things that those are also kind of needs. Because cowboy boots are better for riding.
Right.
And then the hat is his shade, you know.
Right.
So there's that. And then things that he doesn't know he needs / wants. Anything and everything horse related.
Right.
He's starting fresh.
Right.
Yes, he's been getting things, but they are older things and, you know, may not make it that much longer.
Oh.
So he needs, you know, newer stuff.
Right.
So whether it's money for him to get it himself or gift cards to like online places like halfcircleranch.com, for instance, for him to order stuff. But, you know, he needs combs, brushes, saddle blankets, halters, lead ropes, grain, food, you know. He's going to need a new saddle. He has one for now, but he is going to need a new one. So, you know, anything to contribute towards anything for his, not surprisingly, but super aggressive new hobby, that he has taken right to and is in natural. It's crazy how good the kid looks on a horse.
Right.
like crazy. And then we have Thelma, who's actually coming home. But like I was explaining earlier, Thelma's young. She is a Mustang. She is a rescue Mustang. She was caught in the wild.
Right.
So she has had no real training yet, nothing. So we have lots to do. Huh?
Nothing. I'm trying to tell Mr. Tiger that we're bringing something home that he's trying to throw in the barn.
Oh.
We just got 3 types of carrots planted in our new planter bags, so that's exciting.
Mm.
Yeah, so, yeah, because some asshole at my apartment building stole my package, gee. And then I wrote a strongly worded letter downstairs that was like, bring my shit back to my apartment now. I was like, I know you know where I live because you have the box. Bring it back now. 2 days later, I went down there and a neighbor called and was like, I heard people are stealing packages and I see you have a package down here. And I'm like, are you the one who stole it? I trust no one right now. But someone stole it, but somebody also brought it back.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty exciting. You don't get that too often. Usually nowadays, packages are just gone.
That very often.
Yeah, and then, they're usually just gone. So hopefully, and then I had ordered something that I sent to my parents that hasn't shown up, so I hope that one isn't missing, because I'll be pissed if the replacement that I ordered is missing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just lose it.
Oh, he also needs jeans.
Oh, yeah.
Like loads of jeans because he's already going through them.
Oh, I bet.
He ripped a pair yesterday on smoke.
Oh, no. We'll have to get him some Wranglers.
Yeah, he needs some cowboy jeans, guys.
Poor guy.
So I mean, these are things that he needs. Doesn't all necessarily know that he needs them.
Right.
But like I said, even just gift cards, places that he can order online stuff would be great. Murdoch's is the main place that we shop up here for anything like that. R would be the second biggest. Tractor Supply would be the third biggest place.
Right.
That he has access to himself to go pick out.
Right, where you could go. Yep, absolutely.
So
yeah,
you
and
could
then,
card to any of those places and that he could go pick out his own things.
Yep, or if you guys feel more comfortable, you can always go to the website, freedomrevolutionnetwork.com, hit the donate tab, and then tribute to David's birthday.
Yes.
Then we'll know it's for what it's for. And then that's an easy transferable thing to Red, where Red can just pull it out too. So that also goes straight to Red. So
yeah,
if people didn't know.
So
yeah, I think it'll be great. I'm excited for it.
You can send stuff through here, like she just told you. Anybody who has me on Facebook can send stuff through Messenger. And then P.O. Box 446, Swatch, Colorado 81149. And you can just send it to. What?
I just said, wow. I
Wow.
read a headline. I just read a headline that was really shocking. That's all.
Oh,
It was NASCAR angry and outraged after noose found in Bubba Wallace's garage. Now, the plot twist on that is Bubba Wallace is the only black NASCAR driver.
interesting.
Yeah. They're going to launch an immediate investigation. Somebody put it in his house. Oh, no, they put it in the garage stall of the number 43 team. Now, see, that's not funny. That's why I was like, just wow. You know, the one thing I can say about the last 6 months is just when you think things are getting good, hold on, because something else is going to happen.
Yeah, welcome to Jumanji level 20.
Right. Because I promise you, like, you turn around and it's just freaking weird.
This month, I think we're going to have tiger monkeys.
Yeah, right. We already had
Murder
cannibal rats, murder hornets, cannibal rats, and then now the next level.
Right. I've got my money on tiger squirrels.
Oh, tiger squirrels, yes.
That's what I've got my money on for the next level because the Tiger King was so popular, and I don't know why squirrels, but for some reason squirrels just fit there. So I'm like, tiger squirrels, watch.
Right.
Something weird tiger related is suddenly going to pop up, like some weird tiger disease, some weird like tiger mutation, fucking something. They're going to name something tiger, something that's going to be fucking dramatic, something with tigers. You watch.
Yep. I agree. I feel like something is crazy. Oh, and then guess what? So now we've got the freaking one of the cops who killed George Floyd. Well, the one guy did, but the other ones were just standing there. Well, this guy apparently was at my grocery store by my house, and people confronted him because he got out on bail on Friday. So now we got concerns because I'm just like, dude, I don't want to be at the store while they try to take this guy out. Like, I'm concerned for my safety.
Right.
Yeah, so now we got to deal with that. Like, I was like, you know, it was already close enough. Now it's in my backyard. And it's just like,
what the hell?
Give it up. Right? I don't know what Mr. Tiger's doing, but I hope he realizes we have a post hole to dig instead of just sitting in the vehicle. We're not done by any means. So I don't know why he's just sitting there. So we're going to have to go correct this situation. Hold on. Continue.
Right. That's crazy. I would be concerned for my safety too, not just from people trying to attack him, but you, especially as a person of color, being around him and knowing his history, that could be a little frightening too. Just
Is
saying.
it? Okay, so they confronted him at the store, and he really didn't have too much to say, of which I get that, but at the same time, too, like, say something, dude. Him saying nothing made it so much worse, because they were like, why are you out comfortably shopping? Do you think that's a little wrong? And the guy, and then, you know what, and I would just be thinking at this point, why wouldn't you get your stuff delivered? You know, I mean, make up a name even. Get your stuff delivered. Like, why are you allowing, you know what I mean? I don't get that. Because you would think he would be a target, of which he was, because somebody noticed him right away.
But you would think,
of which I suck at that game.
But you would think that he would know he was a target. So why would he put himself in that position?
That's what I mean. Like, is it on purpose? You get what I'm saying? Because, like, why would you? Like, you thought you were safe because it was the suburbs, or like, what was it? Like, that's my only question is, why did he have the balls?
It feels like a setup.
It does, right? Because, okay, it's the middle of the day. Okay, he's at the Cub Foods, right? And, you know, these people ran into him, okay? I know some people who know the people who ran into him. And it's just interesting. I just think that if you get out of jail on Friday, you shouldn't be going to buy like Oreos and bullshit on Sunday. Then don't you have a girlfriend or a mom or a cousin or a friend or anybody else to go out to the store for you? I mean, honestly, you're in the most high profile case. Yes, you did get out. And yes, you do have a lot of community support from other people. How you got out, because they raised the money to get him out. But if I was in that position, I would not be out like that. I'd be hiding.
Yes.
I'd be hiding. I would not be out in the public. I just think that that's a target scenario, of which you may not get out of, you know? What if they wanted to attack him? Who, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And then the police didn't even ask him to leave. If I was the police, I would have said, okay, I get you have a right to be out, but you're kind of causing a scene, and don't you kind of like do curbside pickup? Everywhere has curbside. Even if you just want some groceries, you can put it in and go pick it up. Like I said, where are the friends?
Don't freak out,
Like,
people. I am drinking a A&W root beer.
ooh, I had one of those earlier tonight. It was super good.
But it is a root beer my son gave to me. And it's only the second soda I've had in 2 weeks. And it's not even caffeinated, so
No, it's good.
But yeah, no, it's dude, that's scary for you. Scary for anybody, but you actually had this experience. Like, why would you put yourself in that position unless you were intentionally trying to antagonize situations?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, why? Why? You know, I don't know. It's just something that really, like, concerns me. You know, and now everybody's talking about it.
Well, like I said, you had to intentionally be trying to antagonize. Because what happens if they do attack him? What happens if they do
That's what
lynch?
I mean. You know, this concerns me because, you know, remember when I think it was not this year, but it was not this year, it was last year or the year before, when I did like the Black History Month stuff and talked about like Ida B. Wells and talked about all the mob mentality and the groups that are out. We're in that time right now again.
This is what I'm saying.
Where group mob mentality could then just spark wild and rampant.
If they lynch mob him, what happens? Justice-wise, people feel justice is served. Some people are going to feel differently. But if they don't kill him, he'll walk away with nothing if they get violent with him.
Well, yeah, then will everybody feel like they didn't get justice because nothing happened? Oh, and then
Right. If they kill him,
that's what I'm concerned, because people feel like, oh, we didn't get justice, we didn't get a peace. Or will people make it like a sick mob thing where they just tear the guy apart? You know, that's what I'm most concerned of, because people are losing their humanity and losing it quick as shit. And losing their ability to care about one another, regardless. Like this whole race thing, half of the people are like, fuck this person if you don't like this, fuck that person if you don't like that. Like basically everybody's just like, oh, we don't give a shit anymore. And that's a really dangerous place to be for people. To be completely honest, very dangerous place to be. Because what happens when people lose their humanity all the way? Kitty.
Because, see, it's all well and good when the mob's going after somebody else, but make no mistake, once the mobs begin, eventually they're coming for you too. For whatever.
Well, that's just it. I'll step back while he's doing this post hole, because that's pretty loud. So we're trying to get her done. That's the last thing we got to do tonight. That'll work. But yeah, that's what I mean. What happens? Do we let them take control? See, the problem I'm concerned about is that they're going to actually let the mob take control. And then what? They've already done it here. You know, basically, Minneapolis is like no rules land, right? You know, last night, 12 plus people were shot in Uptown. Okay? And they just went through the crowds and up the streets, just shooting indiscriminately. And there were no police. I mean, police came there to tell people you probably don't want to go in that area, but they weren't stopping them. I mean, it's truly lawless to some degree up here.
Police department?
They're supposed to be a police department, but they have decided they don't police no more. That's pretty much how I see it.
Aren't you guys the state that like literally just voted to like get rid of the police department?
Yeah, they voted to defund the police, but that doesn't mean getting rid of the police either. It just means they don't get as much money, of which their budget is ridiculous.
They didn't get no damn money to begin with, really.
Oh, yes, they do. They have like a $300 million budget. $300 million. And like 50 million or so is like militarized equipment and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
the thing about that is the men and women that actually risk their lives every day do not see any of that fucking money.
Nope, none of it. And they don't even get paid decent. Yeah, they don't even get paid decent. You know, Dick Gregory, a black comedian and civil rights activist, brought up a good point for police. He was like, you want the police to change their actions? Make them have something to lose. Give them something. You also, if you're going to have, you have to give them something that can also be taken away. Because right now they have no consequences, no rules, no problems. But let's say you start giving cops like college funds for their kids and giving them raises. And so that if they lose their job, it becomes a big deal, right? They got a bunch to lose. Things are riding on the line. That would take care of a lot of things and boost police morale, right? Because as we were just talking about, they really don't get much for what they're doing, and they're putting themselves all out here. And now city councils are basically selling them downriver. But the problem with city council selling them downriver is city council doesn't control the police either. They can recommend things, but they don't control the police either, and nor do they have the capacity to run that whole department.
Right.
So my concern is with city councils voting all of these things in the city charter, but yet they don't have anything. They're talking about replacing it with social workers. That's a joke. We know social workers cause more issues than necessarily police do. They're just as corrupt, have just as many issues. You know, how many people in poor neighborhoods already don't mess with social workers because of the activities they're involved with?
Now,
You know?
what's your thoughts on this whole taking and separating the children from the parent over COVID?
That's bullshit, dude. And they're starting to try to do that up here, dude. They're not saying that they're doing it yet. But okay, so Minnesota Citizen Lobbyist on Facebook, you can go check her out. She is also running for office in her area, which is southern Minnesota. She's also a child care provider. She said that she just got a letter in the mail saying that people in Minnesota are to start to think about fill out this paperwork for where their kids are going to go if they get COVID, right? And she thought it was weird because in April they started making different regulations, such as like you could put kids on cots instead of beds, where the law has always been you have to have a bed for each child who's there, right? Or
Right.
at least if it's like a twin-sized bed, 2 kids could be on it on each end, you know what I mean, type of deal.
Right.
Well, now they're saying kids can be moved in cots. Also, overnight care is increased and overnight care grants are increased. Well, if people don't know, here in Minnesota, there's like only 1 or 2 24-hour daycares. And so why would they be expanding that unless they're getting ready to start taking some kids? And so I feel that I get maybe having a plan if you're a single parent and you have no family whatsoever, you have no friends, you have literally no one, right? And let's say you get sick to the point of intubation or hospitalization. Yeah, obviously they should then you have to separate the kid because the kid's just going to sit in the hospital while their parents half dead. But that's one of the only instances I feel that it's appropriate. Because other than that, people will make arrangements for their children. That's the only part that scares me, is that they're trying to set people up to write this all on paper to then use it against you later on down the line. And be like, oh, well, you signed this piece of paper and you said it was okay.
Right.
So this is what we're doing now. Yeah, I don't agree with it at all. I think it's a sketchy way to come after the kids. You and I both know they've always been looking for a way to get the kids.
Yep.
And this is a good way to snatch them all up under the guise of COVID-19. Because, we know some people don't test positive for months. These tests are false positive tests. What if somebody gets stuck in a loop of just continuing to take tests and then it just keeps saying they're positive?
We've heard.
Then what? You never get your kid back?
We've heard that the adrenochrome is running really low.
Yep. Exactly. And so what would they need that for? And where could they get that from? And what could they say while those kids are in custody? Oh, they got COVID-19 from their parents and died. Oh, sad. Poor Billy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I see it going that route. Where they're like, oh, nope, then the kid got it, and then the kid just died, and then, nope, there's the end of that.
Just like the Hades kids.
Right. You get what I mean? So it's not that hard. And, things have been coming out lately, especially I just read that in Germany until 2003, they would put children with pedophiles. Place orphan kids
Yep.
with pedophiles on purpose because they said those kids would get more attention. Till 2003. You know, what's stopping them, especially now with Facebook? Do you know Facebook actually came out with a poll question like, should pedophiles be able to ask your kids for sexual pictures?
What?
Yep. And they shut down the other day groups that shame pedophiles. They said it's inappropriate and against community standards.
What?
Yes. So why would they be starting all of this right now? You see what I mean? Like, oh, pedophiles aren't that bad. You know, all this bullshit.
Wow. But they've been pushing for that.
Well, that's what I mean. I just see it as a scapegoat at this point. What'd you say?
Because they've been pushing.
They have. When we started talking, like, I think it was like 3 years ago now about minor attracted persons.
Yeah.
Remember when we found that shit on Twitter? I've been seeing people talk about that again. Like it's a brand new thing. But it's like, damn, we were on the cutting edge. I hate to toot our own horn sometimes, but toot, motherfucking toot. Because we were on top of that.
We were.
And we really were. Looking at the way people are talking about it in the last couple of weeks, like, holy crap, we were ahead of our time because we picked up on this and was like, yeah, nope. And then found out all these psychologists were trying to push for this in medical journals and just a bunch of inappropriateness to where we are now.
Yep. And we've been talking about it. And we've been telling
that they want the damn kids. Yep, we've been telling folks they want the kids. They want to take your children.
Children,
right? And I know that sounds pretentious.
We even talked about how they were shipping children directly into the United States, drugged and tied up, with nobody asking.
As live art. Right, because it's live art. Right, exactly. Nobody's even shedding or batting an eye. And right now, with coronavirus and everything becoming the new normal, when do they start bringing out, they've already brought out some wackadoodle ideas, but when do they start bringing out the extreme ones and then everybody's just like, because they've been wearing masks for months, so now their brains have been deprived of oxygen, so legitimately they all have goddamn brain damage, and then they don't start thinking. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but when you're wearing a mask for even, I had a Facebook friend do a test wearing an N95 mask for 20 minutes, right? And had a pulse oximeter on the whole time. Her oxygen at 20 minutes, and that's when her, like, anxiety kind of kicked in and, you know, all that, was 86%, of which at 86% you require intervention. I've seen some people's pulse oxes as low as 68. They should not even be able to breathe or function. Like, they should drop dead, but they're not. So what does that do to your brain? They're already talking about how when you get COVID, you have psychological changes, you can act different, like all these things.
Oh, hey. Fun side note.
What? Which is?
Nobody's getting my phone.
Oh, right.
Like ever, because like to unlock my screens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we're used to like the newest thing has been the fingerprint.
Right, yep.
Okay, now my downfall with using the fingerprint, which I learned with my old phone because I thought that was going to be like this great thing. Got to use the fingerprint to unlock anything. I got it to finally scan my fingerprint and record it, right?
Right.
Well, because of what I do, because of the things that I do, apparently my fingerprints change because since I set it, I can't get it to match the fingerprint. It's the same fucking finger, same fucking everything, says it's not my finger.
Wow.
Okay.
That's crazy.
But now this new phone said I could do fingerprint, and I was like, no, not even going down that route again.
Right.
It has facial recognition.
Right.
So when you go to get on my phone, it has to recognize your face.
Right.
If it's not
What
my
else?
face, it doesn't open.
Right. That's cool.
Yeah, 'cause I have them kids.
Yeah, I already know. You have to have like just more than a password. That's real. Because everybody's like, probably thinking, well, $2.09. Why is gas so high?
Why is
Two
what so
dollars
high?
and nine cents. Gas.
Oh,
$2.09.
up here in Salida today, I noticed
Mm-hmm.
gas was $2.69 again.
Right. See, that's what I mean. Like, it's even high by like. Well, that's not the highest it's been down there, but you know what I mean. Like, that's higher than it's been.
Dude, our gas down here lately it got as low as $1.90.
Oh yeah, that's about as low as we saw it. One time we filled up for $1.57, and we thought we were like on top of the world.
Yeah.
Like for real. Like that was legit. Like that's probably the lowest since like we first have been together that, gas has been that cheap. It's been a long time. Like 10 years. But then why does it go up again? I thought gas was trading negative barrel. Like, look here. Where's our gas tax break?
I've noticed, though, it seems to go down during the week and up on the weekends.
Oh, does it? I haven't noticed that trend, but I'm going to pay attention. Red said she noticed it goes down during the week and up on the weekend. So that might be something to pay attention to, because I could see them playing that scam. Because it is,
like,
Sunday.
Here in my little town, Sinclair, on the weekend, all of a sudden is fucking like $2.80 a gallon.
Dang, that's like
But
old
then
prices.
Monday morning, that shit's at like $2.19 again.
I could see it to try to make a few extra bucks. Because apparently now no rules apply anymore to gasoline pricing,
Yep, and they're trying to make the money other people coming through.
Yep, travelers and things.
Yep.
Which I get, but dang. You're getting it for cheap. We know it.
Yep.
Give it to us for cheap. That's all I'm trying to say. We know you're getting it cheap. So that's all. Gas needs to get cheaper.
So I was explaining, you weren't here, but I was explaining earlier that
go ahead.
UFOs are a little wishy-washy right now due to phone situations, laptop situations, money situations, and being in greenhouse harvest and planting.
Right.
All at the same damn time.
Ooh. This fog is no joke tonight. Fog is real.
I apologize that I wasn't there for clarity on Friday.
Right. Appreciate that. We did pretty good. I was by myself.
No
We
longer
did good though.
taking a charge.
Oh, yeah, crap. Oh, but you know what? Now you'll be back because now you got a new phone.
Yeah. But my phone was not really taking a charge, and hubby did a date night,
Oh, right.
but I didn't know.
Right.
And I took him to dinner for Father's Day Friday because
Oh,
I
that
was
was
like,
nice.
"Ooh, I am probably gonna have to work on Sunday."
Right. Right.
So I took him to Quincy's.
Awesome. Continue.
Um,
Oh, that
for
was
the
nice. That's like the little steakhouse place, right?
that's the prime rib place, yeah.
Yeah.
So I took him to Quincy's because he really likes that, and
Right.
that's like his new favorite fucking place. Gee, like,
Is it? Is it? Yeah. But didn't you
but
say it was only like $20 or something?
one meal there for the two of us is like $63.
Okay. Is that dining in or is that like curbside?
We ate in on Friday.
Oh, nice.
It was
I bet
nice.
that was nice again.
Yes.
It's definitely made people appreciate little things, that's for
So
sure.
for our meal, okay, I got the 16-ounce ribeye. He
Yeah.
got
Okay.
no, I'm sorry. I got the 20-ounce ribeye, and he got whatever the next size up from that was. I forget.
Right.
And then I got a margarita.
Right.
He had 2 beers.
Right.
And then I got the chocolate mousse thingy to go. And he got a piece of strawberry cheesecake to go. And our meal was like $73.
Okay. That's about right though.
Now, you get the prime rib, you get a baked
Right.
potato with
Okay.
cheese, sour cream, and you can get horseradish, which sounds weird,
Ooh.
but it's so delightful.
Right.
And butter, and then you
Right.
get an iceberg salad,
Okay.
and that's your meal.
Right.
So I mean, it's
That's
pretty
nice.
good.
That is good. Do you get like bread or anything?
Oh yeah, you do get like a bread roll thing.
Right.
It's nothing to really write home about.
Right. I
But
always like good bread though.
But the ribeye is to
Right.
die.
I love ribeye steaks. They're good.
So good. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, ribeye is like, I would say that's probably one of my more favorite cuts.
So I took him to Quincy's because I left work early Friday to be able to take him, and then I took him and thinking I would be done in time to do the show. But then I took him to dinner, and he told me at dinner that he had this whole date night thing planned.
Right.
And I was like, oh, snap. And I just like walked all over it by taking him.
Right.
And so he got us a hotel room.
Oh, really? That was nice.
Because he found out that they
You
were
do that
back.
again?
Right. That he found out they were back to renting again.
Right.
So he had gotten a hotel room, so we went, and it's at our normal place that we go, Western.
Right.
But he didn't get the same room. He got a pet-friendly room so that we could take both the wolves.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And so we took Thor and Betty with us.
Right.
Because he didn't
Thor.
down.
Right.
you know, without protection.
Right.
So we got the pet friendly room, and in doing that, it was like
Slow
better
down
than
a little bit. Right. Yeah.
we still
Was it a
got the
nicer room?
huh?
Was it a nicer room?
Yeah, it seemed nicer.
Did it? That's cool.
Normally it's the opposite, but I
I
still
know,
got
right?
the jet. I still got the jet
Nice.
and all. Okay, so I guess we need to end this.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I am on my way home, but okay.
Mel
Well, yeah, we can.
Mel says she needs to go to bed.
All right. Well, we can wrap it up. We were
So,
just chit chatting.
right, join us next week. We'll pick up the next part of Secret Universe of Plants, and do the updates and see what's going on. I hope everybody stays safe, stay good, dare to be different, dare to be you, dare to learn to love yourself unconditionally. Scarlett?
From the land of 10,000 lakes and from the highest desert valley in the great American Southwest. Good night, universe.